In 1850, America was a country divided, not just in politics, but in its very soul. The debate over slavery had reached a boiling point. The Compromise of 1850 tried to calm the nation, but instead it lit new fires. The Fugitive Slave Act forced Northern citizens to return escaped enslaved people, angering many who already opposed slavery. Then came Uncle Tom's Cabin in 1852, a book that shook the nation's conscience. By the late 1850s, new territories opened in the West, and every new state brought the same question: free or slave? Violence erupted in Kansas. A Supreme Court decision, the Dred Scott case, declared that enslaved people had no right to sue for freedom. And by 1860, Abraham Lincoln's election pushed the Southern states toward a choice they had long threatened: secession. On April 12, 1861, the first shots were fired at Fort Sumter. The Civil War had begun, the deadliest war in American history. For 4 long years, the Union and the Confederacy fought across fields, mountains, and cities. Battles like Antietam, Gettysburg, and Vicksburg became turning points. Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation in 1863, a bold step that transformed the war from a fight for union into a fight for freedom. By 1865, the Confederacy collapsed. Lincoln did not live to see the peace he fought for. His assassination in April stunned the country and cast a long shadow over the nation's future. After the war, America entered a new battle. The fight to rebuild Reconstruction was bold, complicated, and deeply contested. Millions of formerly enslaved men and women stepped into freedom, determined to build new lives. The United States ratified 3 crucial constitutional amendments. 13th Amendment ended slavery. 14th Amendment granted citizenship. 15th Amendment protected voting rights. For a moment, it looked like America might truly become a multiracial democracy, but resistance in the South was fierce. White supremacist groups rose, violence spread, and new laws were created to restrict the rights of Black Americans. Political tension in Washington eventually ended Reconstruction in 1877, leaving many promises unfinished. After Reconstruction, the United States shifted its energy toward expansion and innovation. The railroads stretched across the continent, connecting cities, mines, farms, and factories. Immigrants poured into America, searching for opportunity. This era created some of the most powerful businessmen in history: John D. Rockefeller in oil, Andrew Carnegie in steel, and J.P. Morgan in finance. New machines transformed factories, electricity, and the telephone changed daily life. Cities exploded in size as millions sought work, but progress came with a price. Workers labored long hours in dangerous conditions. Child labor was common. Strikes and protests spread from railroad workers to steel mills. Meanwhile, in the West, conflict continued between Native American nations and the U.S. government. Battles, broken treaties, and forced relocations dramatically reshaped indigenous life. By 1890, the U.S. Census declared the American frontier closed. a symbol that the era of westward expansion had come to an end. By 1890, America had transformed. A nation once torn apart by slavery and civil war had become a rising industrial power. Its cities were growing, its factories booming, and its influence expanding. Yet the unresolved struggles of Reconstruction, inequalities of the Gilded Age, and the legacy of westward expansion would shape American life for generations. From division to reconstruction, from war to industry. The years 1850 to 1890 reshaped the United States more than any other period in its history. This is the story of how America was broken and how America was rebuilt.